Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Danilo Caprick here, aka the best dressed man in tech sales, also one of the co-founders of the B2B Syndicate. How are you guys doing? Listen, in today's video, we are going to talk about a very important topic, which is all about what are some of the top things that sales reps do that really turn off readers and cause them to get ignored and get no replies to their cold email messages. So, because this is very important to AEs, SDRs, and BDRs, let's not waste any time. Let's get in so you can get these insights. Wasting zero time, this is the reason nobody's replying to your cold email messages. You ready? You are talking about what you sell, your product, your service, your company, way too soon. If your first email or LinkedIn message to a client sounds like, "Hey Bob, my name is so-and-so from this company. We do this, and this, and I think we can produce similar outcomes for you. Would you like 30 minutes to chat?" Do you notice how none of the words, except for the actual prospect's name, focused on the prospect? It was all about you. Those kinds of emails are gonna get quickly deleted, quickly ignored, and never, almost never replied to because what? We're hogging all the attention. We're putting it on us. We're not talking about their business, their problems, their goals, their challenges. No, we're just saying, hey, this is a little bit about me. This is a little bit about my company. Here's what we do for other people. Oh yeah, and I think we might be able to do something for you. Do you want to talk to me about it? Who's gonna reply to that? Would you reply to that if somebody wrote an email that was all about them and what they can do for you potentially? You're probably gonna be like, nah, I'm good. Let's go to the other psychological reasons why this is a negative approach. Number one, it just sounds salesy, right? This is the typical formula that most people have followed for the last 10 years. It's very marketing centric. What I mean by that is it's mostly about making them aware that you exist as a company, right? Hey, this is who I work for, we do this. You're trying to make them aware of what you do and the fact that you exist in the marketplace. But what you're not doing is basically telling them that, hey, I know something about your business. I think we can help you with a specific problem, not just a vague general statement, and that you actually took the time to learn about their business. And that's why this approach, this marketing-centric style approach, is very ineffective. And again, to sum it up, the reason people are not replying to your messages is because you're talking about yourself way too soon. All right, so most of you are probably like, well, when the hell should I talk about my product or service then? Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to make a sale. Here's the thing. You don't talk about your product or service until the customer asks you for that information. Instead of that marketing-centric approach, what you need to do is take a client-centric approach and actually make the email 100% about them and not make any mention about you, your company, your service, or your product. And a lot of you probably hear that and you're like, really? Like, don't talk about me at all? Like, don't talk about my company? Don't talk about your company. They don't care. And here's why I really, really want to emphasize that point. Nobody, I'm gonna say this again, nobody cares about you or your company or your service. What they care about is what you can do for them. And in order to generate any interest or desire for them to reply, what you have to do is kind of entice them or show them that there's some kind of benefit for them, not for you, for them. All right, Danilo, that sounds cool, but how do I actually do that? It's very simple, guys. Here's what you gotta do. First sentence of the email. This should ideally be an observation or a question about their business. For example, you can point out that maybe a senior person in management got hired. Maybe you can point out certain job openings that are there that relate to the product or service that you sell. Or maybe you can point out some big announcement that they had. Maybe they released a new product, new partnership. Maybe they bought another company. But start with an observation that is factual and is it about them, not about you. The next thing you want to do after pointing out the observation is make some sort of a guess about what might be important to them or what outcomes they might be trying to generate. So for the guess part, what it might sound like is, based on what I mentioned above, it seems like the CEO might be asking you to help improve revenue by 12 to 15% in the next 12 months. And then we can conclude the email with a simple question that's easy to reply to. For example, that might sound like, is there any accuracy to that or are we completely off? And then the cherry on top that we can use to personalize and maybe talk about them a little bit more and differentiate ourselves from other sellers is we put a personalized PS line at the bottom. This might sound something like, PS, saw you went to school for chemical engineering but ended up in the finance world. How did that happen? Your PS line could be business related or it could be personalized to them. In the example I gave, I like to do this all the time. If I see that somebody went to school for XYZ topic or major, and then ended up doing something else completely or wildly different in their career, I always like to do that because guess what? People love to talk about themselves, their journey, their paths. So why not give them the opportunity to talk about themselves, their journey, and their path? If I wanted a more business-centric PS line, I might say something like, if the first guess is wrong, maybe the CEO is asking you to diversify revenue streams, and that's why you guys are launching this new product. You can even be playful with the PS line. I've done this several times. And you could say something like, PS, if my first guess was wrong, feel empowered to say so. Promise I won't take it personally. Smiley face. The PS line does a really good job at showing them that you're human. You took the time to personalize this. This is not a mass email that went out to 1,000 people, and you made it especially for them. So guys, the whole email might sound something like this. Hey Jerry, saw the announcement about the new product you guys released in the European market. Very exciting news. Based on that, my idea or my assumption is that the CEO is asking you to improve revenue by 12 to 15% this month, specifically in the European market. Is there any accuracy to that, or are we way off? P.S. If that guess is totally off, feel empowered to say so. Promise I won't take it personally. Smiley face. Notice how we didn't introduce ourselves. Notice how we did not talk about our company, our service, our product, whatever. We didn't talk about that. Notice how we didn't say anything that was salesy. All we did was talk about them. We talked about their business, their goals, their challenges, their stuff. We talked about them. We didn't talk about us. It's basic psychology, you guys. If you are in a party, if you're in a social setting, and somebody's next to you and they're just talking about themselves, what do you want to do? I guarantee you want to run away as fast as you can because they're so annoying and they're not talking about anything but themselves, and nobody likes to hear that. So, my dear salespeople, stop sending emails that only talk about you, your product, your service, yourself. It is selfish, it is foolish, it is outdated, it is stupid, it is ineffective, it's not gonna work. Instead, make them all about the person you're writing to, okay? Make them all about them. Don't include any info about you. If they want info about you, they will ask for it. And that, my friends, is one of the top reasons why your emails are going ignored, why people are ghosting you, and why nobody's getting back to you. Is because you're being selfish and you're only talking about you. And guess what? I hate to break it to you, but for other people in the world, you are not interesting. They are much more interested in themselves, their goals, their problems, their challenges, the stuff they got going on. So appeal to those things. So there you have it, guys. That is one of the top reasons why your emails are largely going ignored, because you're way too selfish and you're talking about yourself and you're sounding like 99% of other sellers there. The last thing to mention here, guys, is if you do this approach, you're gonna sound way different than everybody else, okay? First of all, your emails are gonna be really short. Notice that whole thing I mentioned to you was like, I don't know, 4 lines, right? Maybe 50 words. The thing is, you're not sounding salesy at all. You're not even sounding like a seller. You're sounding like someone that's just having a conversation. And that's why I like to call this conversational style messaging, because it literally sounds like a conversation. And it's easy to reply to. We're not asking for much. We're not asking them to check their calendar, give us 3 time slots that work next Wednesday. No. We're just saying like, hey, is this accurate or no? It's a yes or no question. And when they reply to us, oh my God, now we have a conversation going. Now we actually have the ability to discuss further and even do some disco over email. All right, guys, I think that's enough for today on that topic. If you have more questions, though, please holler at me either on LinkedIn, Instagram, or in the Discord channel. And last but not least, subscribe to the video if you got value today. Also, if you're not doing so already, go follow me on LinkedIn. And last but not least, if you're in tech sales or you're trying to break into tech sales, go ahead and sign up for our free weekly newsletter where we're giving free actionable advice every single Sunday straight to your inbox. All right, guys, with that said, please enjoy the weekend and we will catch y'all in the next video. Take it easy now.